Hello, I'm Bernard Hickey from interest.co.nz and welcome to 90 at 9, brought to you in association with Bank of New Zealand. This is your morning briefing where you get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock, starting now with news. The US Federal Reserve has released its minutes for the September 21 FOMC meeting. This is the main interest rate setting committee for the Federal Reserve System in the United States. And we've got more detail on what the Fed is planning. Everyone's watching for the next round of money printing, and it's clear from the minutes that the Fed is preparing to take action before too long. It's also looking to buy bonds. That was what we all expected. But an interesting quirk has come up. The Fed is suggesting that it targets a nominal GDP target. This is also about raising inflation expectations in the US. Meanwhile, back in New Zealand, AMP Capitalism Investors has suggested the US dollar and the New Zealand dollar could eventually equal parity, 1-to-1. That's because commodity currencies, including the New Zealand dollar and the Australian dollar, are doing very well at the moment as the US dollar devalues with all this money printing. Meanwhile, in Australia, BIS Shrapnel, a well-respected forecaster there, sees house prices in Australia rising between 9 and 20% in the next 3 years because of the strong economy and a lack of new supply of new houses. And back in America, the robo-signer crisis is reaching fever pitch. Barack Obama has rejected calls for a nationwide moratorium on home foreclosures in the United States. There are growing fears this will affect the US banking system and slow down the US economy. Apparently, for every month these foreclosures are locked down, the cost of the banking system is about $6 billion. And the shadow inventory on the housing market in the United States is really putting a dampener on the housing market. I'm Bernard Hickey. That was 90 at 9, brought to you in association with the Bank of New Zealand.